All right, this is a lecture about how to maintain positive relationships, obviously in relationship to the context of social media. So what sort of things would help you as you engage with other people in social media? Some people are unaware of the netiquette rules, and so they do things in social media that they probably shouldn't be doing when they interact with other people. You may have had experiences where you have disagreements with other people through social media, and a lot of times it comes down to making mistakes about how you interact with them. So let's take a quick look at some of these things. One is you need to have a respect for the needs of individual attention. So in other words, other people have needs, and a lot of times if you don't, I mentioned earlier in another video that we have expectations about people responding, right, interacting with us. And so we want to be respectful of that need for other people. If we are looking to nurture relationships, then obviously we want to be responding to those people. Otherwise, they fall victim to being in that superficial friends category, and we don't want that to happen. If they're there just because you've had some contact with them but you don't really have interactions with them, that's probably a time to pare down your list of friends on Facebook or whatever social media account you have. How many times are phones out in situations where you see people engaging face to face, right? And that's a big thing that affects a lot of people, because it not only affects people's perceptions of you, but it also affects the quality of interaction. So if we go to dinner, for example, or you've seen people at dinner who, order something off the menu, then all of a sudden they're stuck on their phones. And in what normally should be situations where you interact with them face to face, you have a conversation, people are more worried about what's happening on social media, right? So are you that type of person? If you are, stop, right? And take advantage of the time to interact with people. It's funny to go to places and see families who do this. Occasionally my family does this. My kids will get on their phones, and I will get on my phone sometimes. My wife will get on the phone. And really that's a time where we should just be focusing on each other face to face. We definitely want to keep a civil tone, right? And it's really easy to get heated and react emotionally. But remember, again, perception checking is important, as was mentioned in another video, and making sure that we understand what's being said before we react emotionally. There are people who will troll other people, and you guys are probably familiar with that term, right? So I'm going to attack you in order to get a reaction, right? I'm gonna goad you along or bait you to take a position on something just to get you riled up. So try to avoid trolling, right? Don't attack people just to get a reaction or to antagonize them, but be responsible in the way that you interact with people. Also respect privacy boundaries, and so people might post something that's cryptic, right? And not really clear, but they're maybe asking for some help or something. And you want to be discreet about those things. Also in things that you post, right? Not everybody needs to know about things that are happening in your personal life. And so sometimes we have to make decisions about what we share online, not only to respect other people's boundaries when they post things, but the things that you post to protect and be aware of your boundaries. And the last thing is in environments like public environments, that we're mindful of bystanders. So when you are in an environment where a lot of people are, think about what you're doing, interacting with media communication. This is something that drives me crazy, and maybe something that drives a lot of people crazy, is when I'm in a public setting and someone is on their phone on speakerphone, right? I don't need to hear what's going on in their lives, but they act like they're the only person there, so it's okay to put it on speakerphone, right? Keep in mind, if you're that kind of person, no one else wants to hear what's going on. So, keep it off of speakerphone. And in fact, if you can isolate yourself or remove yourself from that situation, that's even better, right? So I think we've all had that reaction before, like we give people the eye, right? The evil eye, the stink eye, because people are acting like, it's okay to do that. And we know that that's not right. Right. So there are lots of things that we want to be mindful of in order to maintain positive relationships when it comes to our use of social media.